It's not too late to plan an incredible late summer, or dare I say it, early fall getaway. Kristen Finan with Austin Travels Magazine is here with tips on how to enjoy a close cousin of Austin, Nashville, Tennessee. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think of us as sister cities. I don't think we officially have that designation, but I feel like Nashville is so close to Austin in so many ways.
I think that is so true, and I've kind of fallen in love with it in recent years. I went and I had never been before. And I just am so impressed with it for so many reasons. The food's amazing, the music is amazing, and you hear about it a lot as like, you know, a bachelorette destination or something,
yes.
But I go with my family and it's an amazing family destination too.
Oh, well, I'm happy to hear that. Okay, what's the best way to get there?
This is another thing.
Seem kind of far.
Well, what I love, my kind of threshold for a driving trip is like 12 hours probably.
Okay.
So you can get there in 11 to 12 hours. So if you wanted to like pack up the car or see some other destinations along the way. If you have time for like a broader road trip, you can totally do that. But there's also a ton of direct flights. And that's what I loved. Like our flight this time, we were just there last week, and it's an hour and a half, and there's a lot of morning flights. So you even get to kind of save that first travel day, which a lot of time ends up being, you know, kind of a wash. This time we spent the full day. It was a super robust day, and we flew in, we're there by like 10 a.m.
Which is amazing. Yeah. Hour and a half, not bad. I feel like my travel threshold for an airplane is about 3 hours.
Yes.
Anything over that, I start to get a little itchy.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, from here, that's New York or LA, but this is perfect. I mean, you blink and you're in Nashville.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, the big ones, Country Music Hall of Fame, Music City Walk of Fame.
Yes, so this was the first thing we did, you know, and we didn't even have a tight itinerary. We just wanted to go spend some time in Nashville, my 14-year-old and I, and so we went and, you know, got in early. We were sitting at lunch and she saw on Instagram that Thomas Rhett, who's a country artist we really like, was unveiling his star at the Walk of Fame.
Well, that's exciting.
And it was at 1:00 that day. So we just hopped in the car and we got there. And these events, it's like the LA, you know, Walk of Fame, the Hollywood one, but you just go and it's open to the public, it's free. And we just stepped up and we got to see, you know, his speech. He had an opener that was another famous musical artist, Jordan Davis. His whole family was there. She got a selfie
Jordan
with
Davis.
him. I love
Davis.
him.
I like Thomas Rhett.
We were like, what are we doing now? She just took a selfie with Thomas Rhett. We just saw Jordan Davis and we only got here 2 hours ago, you know?
Wow.
And so it was a really amazing experience, and they have that all the time, and it's right across the street from the Country Music Hall of Fame, which is also something I'm totally obsessed with, because if you love music, or even if you love history, it has everything. You walk in and you're seeing Elvis's Cadillac, you're seeing Taylor Swift's headdress from, you know, her new music video, and there's a huge Dolly Parton exhibit right now, which we were so excited about. And you're just learning so much, but you could spend hours and not even see everything.
Well, I was going to say, and Dolly's had such a long career that, I mean, to even see one of her wigs from back in the day would be absolutely amazing.
The outfits, you would die over the outfits.
I love it. Okay, what about Broadway?
Okay, this is a funny one, right? Because Broadway is known as kind of like the 6th Street of Nashville, and you think of it more adult maybe. And so I was like, how's this going to be going with my 14-year-old? But It's actually super family friendly. And what was really fun for us as both country music lovers is that all these different artists have bars there. So like Post Malone has one, Blake Shelton, Miranda Lambert. And so it's super family friendly until about 7 or 8. And then they usually go into where it's adults only. But they all have like restaurants, amazing food, and live music all day. So they'll have like a band play for 4 hours, then another one come in for 4 hours, then another one. And they're all mostly playing cover bands. So you can go in and you're just suddenly you're singing along and you're, you know, having a delicious lunch. And we kind of bar hopped weirdly, you know, but we got
not consuming alcohol
not
along
consuming
the way.
alcohol, but there was a lot of kids there. There were a lot of families, and it was really fun to see the way they infused the different personalities of these musical artists into their establishments. We had a blast.
Wow, I'm really happy to hear that.
Yeah, I was surprised.
That it's got such a family element.
Yes,
yeah, that's a little bit different. Okay, it makes some sense to see live music while you're in Nashville. It sounds like you accidentally got to see a lot of live music.
We did.
But do you have any tips on concerts?
Yes, absolutely. So we did go there for the Thomas Rhett show, which was the night after he did his unveiling of the star. And that was really fun. And that was, you know, they get a lot of the big concerts. But what I also love is because so many people live there, you never know who's going to pop up somewhere else. So they've got Bluebird Cafe, Ryman, the Grand Ole Opry, and all of those. If you see a show there, somebody really spectacular might just, accidentally come on stage or surprise you on stage. And so we love all of those venues, especially Bluebird Cafe, because it's so iconic there.
Okay, so it's a possibility just walking around that you could trip into something really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's kind of how we felt. And that's why I do think it's really magical there. The same way we kind of accidentally met Thomas Rhett, a lot of the shows there's guest stars all the time that are just like, oh, I live here, I'll just pop in and just, show up on stage for a song.
Talk to me about non-country music lovers.
I mean, I think, yeah, because we are very in the weeds with that.
And I would be on board with you.
Yes.
But the truth is there are people out there who don't necessarily want to be inundated with it.
That is so true. And that's another part that I really love. Like, there's amazing shopping districts there. It is world renowned for its food. So incredible restaurants, and just all kinds of beautiful museums and culture in addition to the country.
I like that. Okay. Anything in particular on your radar right now besides Nashville?
I mean, after that, we did the Smoky Mountains that are also in Tennessee. And, I'm really into the national parks. So I think now some more outdoorsy time after being in the big city is kind of what I'm looking for.
Oh, looking forward to it. And I know that we can always stay updated with you. Tell us a little bit about how.
Yes, we are austintravels.com, and we are working on our fall issue right now. I hate to say it. I don't want to talk about it, but we will have all the fall fun, all the festivals, all the leaf peeping details coming out soon.
Before too long. Okay, Kristen, thank you. All right, for more travel tips from Kristen, check out austintravels.com or follow along on social media at Austin Travels Mag. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by A Good Morning Tree Service. No matter how big or small the job is, A Good Morning Tree Service is ready to help you beautify your property. Tracy Allison and Carlos Chaz Leva are here to tell us more. And Tracy, we're starting with you. If someone called you up today or right now for an estimate, what does that look like?
They call, we answer the phone. Lovely ladies at our office get your name, address, telephone number, email, and what is important, what's going on in your property that you need, how many trees, and then when a good time and a good 2-hour window, we always call on the way to make sure that you're there, that we can answer as many questions as possible. If you don't have time, you want us to swing by and what we call a drive-by, we put it on when we're close by.
Tracy, I'd like to hear about a few tips you provide to most customers, and you told me that it starts with a term I've never heard before called root flare. What are we talking about?
Yes, so normally as soon as I get on your property, I immediately knock on your door and I look at root flares and just how the tree was planted in the first place and how it is there. And it's so important so you don't get decay at the base. You want to make sure that all of your root flares are exposed, that they don't have mulch building up around the trunk.
Chaz, I'd like you to touch on how someone would know if their tree is healthy or unhealthy. And then Tracy, to you, what about if it's dead? So Chaz, you first.
Yeah, so that's a question I get a lot, but I would narrow it down to if your tree is free of symptoms, if it's free of, let's say, mushrooms on the bark, or any disorders, any pests, you can deem that tree healthy. Some people can assume that it's healthy if it has a full canopy or a big trunk diameter size or a lot of growth. Each tree is different, so some can grow fast and allocate resources to growth.
Live sounding trunks sound like there's something behind it, but hollow or empty or dead, no liquid inside of it. It sounds very, very hollow, and I tap it half the time to figure it out. But if it is dead, it snaps and it breaks.
And so the easiest way for folks to get started,
give us a call. Every property is different. Happy to swing out, take a look, and tell you what we see. Maybe there's a crack in it that you don't see. Maybe hear a creak in it. Maybe you think that it's swaying. I've gone out to job sites before and they're like, I think the tree's swaying, and it is. And that thing is uprooting. The ground is separating underneath.
This is when we call in the professionals.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there, y'all. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Learn more at goodmorningtreeservice.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by A Good Morning Tree Service. It's Mental Health Monday, and Dr. Jess Trankina of Generator Athlete Lab and Experts in Wellness is here to talk to us about why we struggle with our to-do list, and it might be a different culprit than you might think. This is really interesting stuff. Dr. Jess, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Decision fatigue. Talk to me about what's going on in our brains.
Rosie, we're not lazy. Guess what?
I love to hear that.
We're not lazy. Think of the brain as a battery. It's got a full life in the morning. By the end of the day, we've drained our battery. Our prefrontal cortex is responsible for making decisions. So we start the day making decisions. By the end of the day, it's going to be really difficult to make decisions.
Is this why I can't choose dinner?
Exactly. Definitely
By
don't
the
do
end of the day, I'm like, I'm over.
Don't do a big project at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so what happens is if we do leave a big project at the end of the day, we feel lazy. Like, oh, I can't. I'm feeling lazy. And then we procrastinate. Maybe we scroll social media. We binge on Netflix. We eat something poor. And we think it's because we're lazy. We're not. The brain has a specific capacity to make decisions, and we're creating a decision fatigue.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Stress pushes the brain, you say, into survival mode.
This is a really interesting one. So the amygdala is a little kidney bean shaped
Tiny.
tiny portion of the brain, really deep in the brain, and it is your body's alarm system. There's a fire, there's an animal chasing you or your loved one, there's a true fire, or a modern day stress, a bad email, a mean email, a work stress, a deadline, that your body is interpreting the same as that fire that you're grabbing people out of a house. And the amygdala responds by releasing a stress chemicals and stress hormones. And what happens is it overrides the prefrontal cortex. It's called the amygdala hijack. So the prefrontal cortex is the portion of the brain responsible for self-control, decision making, and calm focus and planning. Well, during this hijack, the amygdala releases the hormones and it overrides any action of the prefrontal cortex. So the prefrontal cortex is not activated at all. So what do you think that means?
It means we're not doing anything calmly.
We're not making any rash decisions.
Right.
We have no self-control. So that's what's happening in the brain during stress. And often, most of us are in a state of chronic stress.
I was going to say, because you say deadline, you say bad email, that happens every day to millions of people.
That happens every single day.
Yeah.
Honestly, poor us. It stinks.
Well, and here's something different. Modern life floods us with dopamine, and that
Yes.
can actually be draining our battery.
That's also draining our battery too. We're starting to get used to dopamine, as a reminder, is the neurotransmitter of not just focus, drive, motivation, but pursuit and anticipation. So we get really excited when maybe adults are online shopping. Oh, we're about to get a reward, dopamine. Or kids are video gaming, right? Or scrolling the short form videos. So we're all like seeking that because it feels good. We want a little dopamine hit. Two things are happening. There's a crash right after the hit. The crash is when we're sad, we're depressed, we're unmotivated. But the other thing that's happening is we're so used to these little hits that when we have to sit down and do something that requires endurance, we have no capacity for it because we've just been overloaded with little quick hits. So it's really important to recognize this in ourselves.
And you've said this before, but it's important to stretch that muscle. Do something hard because it makes it easier to do the hard things.
I always talk about that's part of our tips.
Okay, good deal. All right, and chronic stress changes how we think.
Isn't that just terrible? So we're chronically stressed. We feel the mental fatigue. But then have you ever been in a conversation that you can't even pay attention to?
Yeah, it's hard.
Because you've been so chronically stressed, your poor brain is fatigued. It can't pay attention. But here's what's really important. It's affecting our ability to process information and our memory. So it's serious stuff to really take into account and pay attention to.
Okay, and you've brought tips for us today.
I've got tips.
Yeah, remove decisions. This is the Steve Jobs. Wear the turtleneck sweater.
Wear the turtleneck sweater, y'all. I wear the same thing every day. If y'all have been watching me, this is my outfit. This is literally my outfit to work. I wear the same thing every day. I know what I'm having for breakfast. I automate bills. I am automating the easy stuff because I have to make really serious decisions later in the day, and I've got to save my battery.
That's a really good point. Start small, you say.
Okay, I got a big workout or my house is completely a mess. I'm going to start with the corner of my office. I'm just going to clean a little bit, and then if I think maybe I can get through the rest of the office, I feel like I have it's a huge success because I didn't tell myself I had to clean the whole house.
Yeah.
Or a workout, I'll I have this little workout outfit. I'll just throw it on. Even if I'm not going to work out, it's on, and then eventually it happens. But I tell myself, just put the outfit on.
Okay.
You don't have to like think of the big thing you have to do. Think of the one small thing that will take you to the big thing.
This keeps
Does
me
that
from
make
the
sense?
gym. Yes, because I think
put your
I have
shoes
to
on.
go bust it out.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and then you know what's helpful about that too? If you just get your shoes on, your workout shoes, and then you just end up going for this beautiful walk, and then maybe at the end of the walk you do some squats, bonus. So don't think of that big frog. You don't have to really think of that. Just like start with the one small step, and then you'll be so proud of yourself because you'll have achieved something.
And even if you just do the 5-minute walk, that's still something.
that.
Yeah,
Count
you
that.
still got the 100% that you were looking for. Okay, do your most important work first. I'm hearing early in the day.
It's so my favorite, you know, the Mark Twain quote, right? If it is your job to eat a frog, eat that frog in the morning. If it is your job. So I tell my kids know I say eat the frog. Eat the frog. Do your most important, the hardest thing, the thing that's going to make the rest of your day easy in the morning. Get it over with. When your battery's full, then you'll be so proud of yourself. It's done.
Okay, that makes sense. And then reset before you push yourself. This is hard.
You're in the amygdala hijack. You've got stress chemicals, and then you've got to make a decision and call your boss back. Do you want to do it when your prefrontal cortex is not working and you don't have any self-control? Absolutely not.
No.
Reset. Breathe. I go outside, ground, take my feet, put it in grass, take some deep breaths, and just reset before I respond. Get into your parasympathetic state. Get calm. Get rid of those stress chemicals and out of your amygdala hijack so that you can focus and respond.
Because otherwise it's going to be crazy town.
It's going to be reactionary.
Okay. All right. A lot of interesting stuff today, and I know you love studying the brain. You do such good work for us. Thank you, Dr. Jess. We appreciate you. Okay. Get expert guided, customized protocols by going to expertsinwellness.com.
The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Crunch Fitness. You guys, today I left my gym clothes at home, but that is simply okay because we are in Crunch Fitness in the true judgment-free zone. I'm here with Matt and Christina and their brand new location. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Doing great, thank you.
Matt, let's start with you. Why don't you tell people a little bit about Crunch Fitness and what sets you all apart from other gyms here in the Austin area?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it's our team members. We have the best staff that provide amazing hospitality every single day. And then, the Crunch, no judgments philosophy really comes to life here. So think, inclusivity, positivity, an environment where people can really feel welcome and like they belong. And then we build an incredible gym. So everything from the volume of equipment to the assortment of equipment we have, our relax and recover amenities, our group fitness offerings are incredible, and we even have Kids Crunch.
So we are currently standing in your West Palmer Lane location, which is the newest one here in Austin. And you guys have some pretty cool events coming up to get people in these stores. Tell me what's happening.
Yes, we'll host our preview event on July 21st from 5 to 8 p.m. So it'll be a full party to announce our 50th gym opening here. And with that, we're going to give the first 50 people that walk through the doors a free 1-year gym membership. Wow. So very exciting. The event will be awesome. There'll be a live DJ, there'll be food, there'll be face painting for the kids. You could preview our group fitness classes, take a tour of the gym, but it'll be a really awesome event.
Yeah, so you want to be one of those first 50 in to get that great deal.
100%. And then we open the doors, and then we go 24/7 from there.
Wow, very exciting stuff.
We are based in Austin, so our headquarters is right downtown, and we are fully committed to continuing to grow this market. So more openings on the way, and we're here to serve the Austin community and give them the best fitness experience for a really affordable price.
Yeah, well, we're excited that you guys are here. Christina, over to you. You are the Crunch Fitness group fitness class queen. So tell me all about what you guys offer and how it works.
Yes, we offer over 60 classes 7 days a week, all inclusive, no judgment. We have multiple instructors who are ready to motivate and encourage you to push your limits. So from zones from group fitness, hot stuff, tread, ride, hit, and more. So come join us for exclusive Crunch classes where you get to experience serious results, serious fun in a community where culture meets fun.
Yeah, community is the big key word there, I think. And I also think that, group fitness classes are honestly the best place to start because you're with other people. So if someone's interested in getting started with that, what's the first step they should take?
The first step is to come to our preview party night on the 21st from 5 to 8 p.m. That would be a great way for them to see what to expect in a normal Crunch Fitness class.
Yeah, sounds very good. So exciting stuff happening here in July, and obviously it's a beautiful facility. People need to come and get it checked out, get a membership. Matt, Christina, thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.
Learn more by visiting crunch.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Crunch Fitness.
Welcome back. Are you looking to strengthen your glutes without spending hours in the gym? Ashley King of Ashley King Fitness is here with her helper, Emma, who's going to show us a booty busting workout today. So first of all, big question for you, Ashley. Why are we focusing on our backsides?
Because everyone should have strong glutes. That keeps your back strong, it keeps your core strong, and you know, everyone wants a little tight booty when they're wearing their little outfits. It's summertime, we got our bikinis. Yeah, we just want to feel good and confident.
Give you a little lift.
Yeah, a little lift. You gotta build that muscle.
Why not? Okay, Emma, I'm gonna have you come around. We've already got a band on you. So the very first thing that we're going to do today, Ashley, you say are squat lifts.
Yep, so she's gonna get right down in a squat position. She's gonna put all of the weight in her heels, and she's gonna stay in that position while she goes squat down and up. She's gonna keep all the weight in those heels, so it's gonna actually target her glutes even more.
And do you go to a full 45 degrees when you do your squat?
If you can. If you're beginning, you don't got to get so low, but Emma knows what she's doing. Yeah. So she's getting down low.
Emma is a workout buddy of yours.
Yeah, and honestly, you could grab a weight and do the same exact exercise and hold it in your hand while you do this if you want to do something a little more challenging.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
but the band with resistance like this, it's going to be pulling. I can see on the outsides maybe of her derriere.
Lateral, quads, glutes. Yeah, it hits every single position, and you're going to see that kind of lift up your glutes as she does this. Is it starting to feel like cardio now?
Oh yeah. Okay. How about a crab walk?
Okay, so she's going to get right back down to the same position. She's going to squat. She's going to put the booty back, and she's going to keep all the weight in the heels and start walking back and forth.
Okay, what are we targeting here with this?
So probably around the same type of muscle. It's just going to feel a little different. Once again, side glutes, lateral quad. But she's going to also feel in her quads and hamstrings are going to start burning because she's in a constant squat position.
We're making her do a lot of work today. Okay, you can stand back up, Emma. You're good. All right, and then the last one we want to show are banded clamshells. So this is the fact that she's still wearing the band, right?
Always above the knee. It really targets the glutes a little bit more. But she gets kind of take a little nap, a little break. I always say lay completely down so you're not going to kind of creak your neck. She's going to start lifting her leg up. See, her feet are kicked back behind her booty, and she's getting the same muscles once again.
Okay.
So we're really hammering the glutes.
Yeah.
But when you work the side glute like that, it's going to make it kind of pop out a little bit and lift it. Yes.
Lift it up a little bit. Okay, how many would you say as far as reps go on some of this stuff? And the fact that we're targeting the same areas, do you want to do them all at once?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
so
this is
take a little break if you need. It is the booty blaster,
Yeah.
So
okay.
I would say probably 15.
Thank you so much, Emma. Great job.
You can go ahead and stand up. Probably like 15 to 20 on each side of this, depending on how much it's burning. But keep it equal. We want the same amount on each side. We don't want a lopsided booty. Yeah. And then with the other two, I would say probably 12 to 15. Depends on like where you're feeling. But just get started and start doing it. And you do 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it okay to take a little rest in
yes,
between?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's
You're
definitely
always
gonna burn.
so giving when it's like, do this, but take care of yourself along the way.
I mean, we're not trying to kill ourselves. We still want to enjoy our workout, but you are supposed to burn. You're supposed to feel it. But once again, if you're a beginner, you can start just small and just keep adding more reps and reps every time you do it.
More reps, and then go through the entire cycle. Yep. Give yourself a little bit of a rest, but do it 3 times.
Yeah, I'd say at least 3 times. Yeah.
Okay, at least 3 times. Woo, she is a military sergeant. Okay, how do you train people? Let's talk about how you take an approach that's really outside of the gym for most folks, which I think is so much less intimidating than oh, I'm gonna have to show up to a gym for the first time. It's gonna have to be with a trainer.
It's just me and you. We're gonna talk. We're gonna kind of connect and figure out what your specific goals are. And we're going to get down to like why you actually want to get this transformation too, because it's a lot more internal work too when you're doing these workouts, and you want to feel good from the inside and out. You want to build up your confidence. But typically when I do these workouts with my clients, most of the time I'm doing circuit training. Depending on the client, most of the time it's full body, arms, abs, legs, a little bit of booty. And then we'll do that circuit 3 times. Not for time, if you need a break, you need a break. But just want to get kind of your heart rate up, want to work every single part of your body, and typically like 3 days a week.
3 days a week.
Yeah.
And so it's you coming to people's homes
Yes.
or them coming to you, right?
Yeah, most of the time I'm coming to them and I have my own equipment, or my clients have gym equipment themselves. And yeah, we just get it in. It's about getting it in consistently.
Yeah. And you don't actually have to own anything gym equipment oriented at the house in order to have a good workout, right?
No, you can start off with body weight. We can start off with bands, and I bring all that to you if you don't have it. If you don't have dumbbells, you don't have bands, got my booty band, we get it all done. And yeah, you just start somewhere. If you need to start with body weight, we'll start there, and we'll just kind of slowly increase and get the weights in, because we know the weights is where we're going to see the big results.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so what would you say to somebody who's maybe in the middle of summer craziness right now? They haven't locked back down yet, but they're looking forward to it. Maybe they're looking for something for late summer, early fall.
Yep.
What would you say to them about getting started maybe with you?
Honestly, I would say contact me as soon as you can, because all the moms and everyone starts contacting me right around August, because all the kids go back to school. Summer's not happening, we're not traveling as much. And you know, we just get started in the beginning, start slow, kind of progress our way to get a little bit harder, a little more, you know, weights, heavier weights. But yeah, contact me as soon as you can, because they have limited spots.
Yeah, it turns into the new year when kids go back to school.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how busy I get in the fall.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
so this is the time. We'll leave it here. Ashley, thank you so much. And Emma, great job. You did great. To get in touch with Ashley, check her out on Instagram at Ashley King Fitness. You can DM her for more information. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Ally Medical ER. Summer cookouts are a lot of fun, but they can also increase the risk of food poisoning. Dr. Jessica Best of Ally Medical ER has safety tips to share with us today. We always love having her in the studio. Dr. Best, what are some of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to preparing food outdoors?
All right, so we definitely all like to barbecue our hamburgers, our hot dogs. Anytime you are going to eat something that started out raw, you definitely want to make sure to cook it properly. Usually it's an internal temperature, 165 degrees Fahrenheit, to kill off any of that bacteria that it may, you know, have kind of gotten in that ground beef on the outside. Also make sure to, you know, wash your hands when you're preparing food for yourself as well as other people. And of course, if you're sick, you may want to mask up if you may be coughing.
Good points. All right. Any simple safety food habits that people can do when they're doing a picnic or a cookout?
Yes. All right, so we know the Texas heat is on, and so you definitely want to make sure to keep anything that you're, you know, preparing outside cool, especially those pasta salads, you know, made with eggs, mayonnaise, things like that. Things that can harbor bacteria. You want to make sure to wash that produce very well. And again, the washing your hands and cooking meat properly.
Really good points, because people make cold salads, things like
That's right.
that, but they heat up just along with everything else.
That's right.
Yeah, okay, keep it on ice. I've been hearing about an increase in foodborne illness in Texas. This is a big deal right now. What should people know? Anything they can do?
Most foodborne illnesses are self-limited. You may find that you will have nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, maybe even fever, and maybe it lasts 24 to 48 hours. But if you are experiencing you know, profuse vomiting, profuse diarrhea, where you're getting worried about dehydration, these high fevers, bloody diarrhea, you definitely are going to want to seek medical care and, you know, get tested. We can test stool at Ally Medical, and we can hopefully get you on the right medication depending on what you may have.
Not only that, you can help with the hydration portion as well, right?
That's right. We are able to give IV fluids, anti-nausea medicine, anti-diarrheals, whatever you may need.
Okay, and if there's one piece of advice you hope people remember before their next barbecue, what would it be?
All right, so just remember, if you're sick, maybe stay home, wear that mask if you're coughing, wash your hands, wash your produce, and cook that meat to the proper temperature.
Okay, Dr. Best, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ally Medical ER has 8 locations across the greater Austin area. Use online check-in at allymedical.com for added convenience. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Ally Medical ER. Kimberly White Erlinger, volunteer with Austin Animal Services, is here with Oscar, a precious boy who's looking for his forever home. Kimberly, good morning. You're getting some good snuggles.
Can you believe this? I think he's just like, you know what? Let's just hug it out, because he is such a little love bug. I'm so happy that he did that right as we went on the air.
Yeah,
he's such a
and
cutie.
he's a very curious boy.
He
otherwise,
is very curious.
Tell me a little bit about him.
So this is Oscar, and he is about 3 years old, and the worst part of his entire story is that he has been at Austin Animal Services for well over a year.
Which is sad. He's a long stay
sad.
now.
He's a very long stay dog, and I found notes. Volunteers leave notes about the dog's behavior, temperament, things like that I wrote back in June of 2025. So it's been close to 400 days.
Because he's one of your regulars.
He's
that
one
you
of my
walk,
regulars.
Walk
Yes.
pretty often.
Yep,
so
yep.
you've got really high opinions of him.
Oh,
and
I love him.
Not only that, but when he goes to fosters, he does really well.
Yes. He has another volunteer who is one of his BFFs. She has taken him home for sleepovers, and she sent me 8 texts this morning that were just bullet points of all the wonderful things he did when he spent the night with her a few times. And it was the sweetest story that she crafted. Basically, she said it took him about a day to get settled. He's very curious, wants to look around and check things out.
Sure.
But then right at 24 hours, she said he just started cuddling and sleeping and resting, and he has a beautiful mix of independence and also wanting to be close to his person.
Yeah.
He loves to walk. She took him on a lot of walks, and I just told you the story right before we came on the air, but she was having dinner with a friend on her picnic table in the backyard, and he got up on the table and just kind of fell asleep next to them.
That is so
and
sweet.
It's just so sweet. I mean, and he did.
Because I think a dog like this, he's going to get up there and he's going to demolish all that food.
Well, exactly. And since he's a lab mix, labs, all they want is food. So as you can tell, he's put on a little bit of weight. So there's your lab right there.
He's on a bit of a diet
he's
at the moment.
on a bit of a diet. Hi, my love. So this is the Oscar that I was just talking about. He can be curious and independent, and yet then he just wants to be with his human. Isn't that the sweetest, most cuddly thing? I mean, he's so darling.
He's looking for hugs.
He just wants hugs. I just love this dog so much. And
anything we should know about the perfect home for him?
He likes to go hiking. I think I don't know if we have time to show it or if it's easy enough to show it, but we do have video of him going on greenbelt hikes. And so he's an active dog. When I take him out, he loves to run around the play yard, but then he also just likes to calm down and enjoy his toys. Right now, he's in kind of a new environment, so I'm not sure how much he's going to calm down. But he's kind of an every dog. What
do we know about him and other dogs, for example?
He has been with other dogs before. He came in with another dog, and they were paired for a little while. She was adopted. So as I always say, a well-matched dog, please bring any dog in, check, get in touch with our behavior team. Let's do a meet and greet and make sure that it's working out for everybody, because he is curious about other dogs, and I think he would do really well with a well-paired, well-matched dog.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about what your needs are right now. Because it's summertime, people have a lot of flexible schedules going on. That means they're out of town more often.
Right.
Are you looking for fosters volunteers?
Desperately, yes, fosters, adopters. With fosters, we are asking for a 2-week commitment. Please come in anytime between 11 and 7. Fill out your application online. And most of our dogs are foster eligible. So please just come down, and if you can commit to 2 weeks, oh my goodness, that makes the hugest difference. We've got a negative 52 public kennels for dogs.
Wow.
So we're lacking
so
that
you're in
many.
a crunch.
Yeah, we are in a big crunch. We've got dogs in crates, in hallways, up and down, throughout the shelter. And these dogs are getting 2 and 3 walks a day. It's just not enough. We need to get them out of there. Yeah.
And they need a chance to show a foster their personality.
Exactly.
Because those notes come back and they're really helpful.
They're crucial. They are so crucial for us that oftentimes the foster notes are the only notes we have, unless a volunteer turns in a note. But that's not always easy. So
but seeing their full personality, it's being
home.
In a home.
Right.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
may say, this dog isn't great in an apartment, but at my friend's house with the backyard, he was fabulous. Yeah. Those are things that are really helpful to know.
Important stuff. And we've got Bissell Clear the Shelters starting tomorrow.
I believe it starts tomorrow.
Tell
and
me
it goes
about that.
through July 26th, so it's a good amount of time, and that's 11 days. they've done this for several years, and they are so generous. They're allowing us to drop our adoption fees to $50, which is a good discount. He wants to go. Oh my goodness, he wants to go play with something. Here, play with your little ducky. Play with your little swan thing. He's like, okay, now I'm going to give you kisses. Oh my goodness, no.
That's okay.
Oh no. Oh, she's got such a pretty dress on. And so we're dropping the adoption fees to $50, which is a really large reduction, and they're donating $20 back to us, to the shelter, for every dog, and $10 for every cat.
Amazing.
So it's a perfect time to come get your buddy.
Okay, that sounds good to me. We'll leave it as here. And Oscar did a good job. He was
did.
a good boy.
He's a great boy. He's so friendly.
For more information on adopting Oscar, visit austintexas.gov/animal services. We have a lot of fun here on Studio 512. If you missed any of our great segments, be sure to check out our website where we like to post the fun things we do. Our feed covers content like arts and entertainment, food and drink, fashion and beauty, home and garden, stuff for kids and pets, as well as information from area experts. In addition, you can check out web-exclusive content that you can only find on Studio512TV.com. We also love to post behind-the-scenes funny moments, outfit inspirations, and more on social media. Find us by searching for Studio 512 on your favorite platform. You don't want to miss a single post. Be sure to follow us, check out our website, and watch us every weekday at 11 a.m. right here on CW Austin. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by A Good Morning Tree Service, Crunch Fitness, and Ally Medical ER.